Hello, hi. This is Marcus55, and it's October 23rd, 2022. Right now, it's about 11:28 p.m. I know it's pretty, it's pretty late today, and it's +7 GMT time. And welcome to the Maruchan podcast, the podcast where you can listen to my before and after thoughts of your favorite games. And today, guys, I am so happy to announce that we're gonna be doing a game that is pretty awesome. I haven't played it at all. It's been out for so long, and I'm glad that I'm gonna be doing it with someone. Would you like to introduce yourself, sir?
Hey guys, what's up? It's Sakyn, SAKYNN on Twitch and SAKYN on YouTube.
One of the best streamers out there, and YouTubers.
Yeah, true.
Both.
I'm one of the top tier streamers and YouTubers.
Yeah, Pokimane and XQC, they have to follow tips from this guy. This guy basically engineered streaming. Let's just say that, And welcome, man. How are you feeling today?
I'm feeling good. I'm really excited to review Hollow Knight with you. This is an old game. I've had this game in my Steam library for a while, and I just haven't gotten around to playing it. So I'm excited, and I'm glad to be part of your podcast.
Yeah, thank you, man. Yeah, and welcome. Yeah. I mean, I guess since we're here, I guess I'll just kind of tell you what happened with the last with the last podcast. So originally, I was gonna have him join in like maybe about 2 weeks ago. And life kind of happened. I've been sick and went traveling, and it's been all right, but like just kind of busy with the other channels and stuff. What about you? You said that you've been working a ton. You've been working for yourself. How's everything going?
Everything's going well. Yeah, I started to work for myself, but I'm starting out slow because I only started a couple months ago. But thank God, things are falling into place. Everything's working out. I am nothing but thankful.
Yeah, making a business is probably a lot better, and working for yourself, you don't have to listen to anyone. You can just do whatever you want anytime.
That's honestly the best part.
And you make more money technically, so it's more beneficial.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and I think I'll probably be doing something similar to that, but just hopefully probably with teaching, since I have a lot of background knowledge for that, and I'm planning to do something with it. It's gonna be super fun. But for the meantime, I'm having fun with games and with my friends like you. So yeah. And that's kind of what it comes to today. So yeah, we're gonna be doing Hollow Knight, an old ass game. This game, how old is it? It's like 2017.
It's only about 5 years old. I've heard nothing but good things about this game through the grapevine. When I believe it was, I don't remember which convention was going on. I think it was E3, or there was some kind of showcase for games that were coming out. There was a lot of hype surrounding a potential sequel for Hollow Knight, and there is a confirmed sequel called Hollow Knight Silksong, which is something that's been long awaited by fans of the series, of this franchise. So I'm sure plenty of my friends were definitely excited. A lot of people were disappointed because I'm pretty sure at one primary game showcase there was nothing for Hollow Knight, so a lot of people were left disappointed. And then a following showcase came up that announced the sequel, and I'm more than confident that people are very ecstatic to play the sequel.
Yeah, I heard this game also has a really big following, like just people who are dedicated to beating this game at the highest difficulties. I don't even know if it has difficulties, but beating this game with 100% in it, and making sure they do everything without without getting hit or anything. It's crazy, and this is the kind of game where just everything is blasting you. It's a Metroidvania title. So you go around, you find things, maybe keys, you unlock other places. You have to go back and now I don't know if you like that sort of style or genre of game. Have you played any like Metroidvania kind of games before?
Have the pleasure of playing this also a cult classic, this game called Dust: An Elysian Tale, which some might consider more of an on-rails Metroidvania. I've played also Castlevania and some Metroid games. I'm not that big into Metroidvanias, though there are lots of titles that follow like the Metroidvania format and with a lot of success. Hollow Knight in particular is actually made by a developer known as Team Cherry, a very much lesser known developer. I think I'm trying to see how many developers they actually had making the game. It must be somewhere like between maybe like 5 to like maybe 20 people, because it was you could tell it's like a very niche kind of market of a game, and like a not a well-known developer, as opposed to now. Let me look up.
It just has 3 members.
No shot, only 3 members. Yeah.
Holy crap.
Team Cherry is a small indie game team in Adelaide, South Australia. Okay.
Yeah, it's only 3 people, man.
That's crazy. They must have some. I personally went and looked at some of I know next to nothing about the game, so I actually like did some research like just for this podcast. All I know about the game is that the art is absolutely stunning. The enemies look very simplistic, but I guess they're very elaborate in like gameplay and mechanics wise. But the art style is absolutely amazing.
Isn't the music as well, or like really, really good?
The music
I heard
is also
many
really,
great
really
things
good.
about the music. Huh. Yeah, the game looks exciting. And the way that people always introduce this game whenever they're playing it, at least on videos that I've seen, it's always like it has a lot of depth to it in terms of like how the enemy combat is. I know it's still very simple because like I think I know like the basic inquiries this game has, but they make it more complicated as they introduce new enemies. And well, I can't say for sure yet, but I'm hoping to see something really, really amazing in the gameplay mechanics. I'm hoping to see like really, really difficult platforming, and I like to do that. So it's kind of my sort of game that I like to do. I'm into Metroidvania, so I think I would definitely give this game a shot.
What other Metroidvanias have you played?
I have played a ton of just Metroids. I have played quite a bit of Castlevanias, but I haven't played too many recently. I think the last one that I did was, I think it was for the podcast. It was Symphony of the Nights. Beautiful game, man. It is such amazing.
Very beautiful game.
Oh man, yeah, it's.
I have not played it myself, but every time I see gameplay of it, it's very tight. The controls seem very tight, and like it looks very flashy and very cool. Well, I need to give the game a shot myself. Metroidvanias are always great in that aspect, where you start off not that powerful and then gradually become like this unstoppable force with upgrades and new weapons. And as far as I know, Hollow Knight is not very much like a bullet hell. It's more like micromanaging enemies and threats.
Yeah, I'm not too sure. I've heard some people say it's like that when there's like a lot of intensity in like really difficult areas, but I don't really know, because I haven't actually looked at people playing the game necessarily. Like I've seen people talk about the game, like why it's good, but I haven't actually like seen a playthrough itself, a walkthrough. So I'm actually like going blinded, like 100% blinded.
Yeah,
to
me
be
too.
honest.
All I know about the game is that it's a Metroidvania, very much in the sense. It's inspired by Souls-likes games, and the central plot of the game is that a Bug Knight has to investigate this nest because there's some kind of plague plaguing the kingdom of Hollow Nest, like a very supernatural kind of affliction going around, and I guess causing the Hollow Nest, the inhabitants to, I guess, lash out very aggressively towards anyone and anything. That's literally all I know about the game.
Yeah, I don't know if the game is like I'm gonna guess it has a strong story. Like, if people have talked about it this good, it must have something around those.
I can't imagine that it doesn't have a lacking story, because it's considered, like, it has such a cult fandom. There has to be, some depth. It can't just be just the gameplay, but eventually when you and I play it, I mean, we'll see for ourselves. We'll give everyone our opinions.
Yeah, about how it goes. But yeah, I think besides that, I don't really have too much to say about it. But I do have a question. I mean, because I don't know, I've seen this game like for a long time, but I've really never had a reason to try it out before. Like even though I did hear a lot of stuff. I mean, we all know right now, in this time, in this era, there's a lot of games, there's a lot of competition, there's a lot of good reasons why many games will want you to try their, want you to try their story or their gameplay out. So is there any particular reason why, like, you've never actually tried this game, or like you just have never given it a thought?
I didn't really. I knew that it was a good game. I've heard a lot of good things. There's not like a specific reason that I didn't jump into this game. Like, I'm very much, personally, I'm a picky gamer. There's rarely a title, like certain titles, that can hold my attention for prolonged periods of time. That's just me. That's my flaw. Like I said, I know Hollow Knight is a good game. It's very much hailed as a good game, a solid title. So I'm excited to try it for sure. I've tried other Metroidvanias that just like kind of bored me. I get bored easily, unfortunately. Like I've tried. There's a Metroidvania that I actually have in my Steam library. I believe it's called something to do with the Eldritch.
Sounds familiar.
Sundered.
Okay, never mind. No, I don't know what that game is.
It's also a Metroidvania. One of the gripes I have with Metroidvanias is backtracking. I feel that very much backtracking in any video game is a sort of a sin.
In a way.
I'm more accustomed to on-rails gameplay. And having to keep in the back of my mind that I have to, okay, I can't get past this point until I unlock something later on in the game. Like having to remember somewhere, like, okay, I hit a roadblock, I need a certain ability, I have no idea where I need to get it. That kind of annoys me in some aspects. Some people love that, like having to, like, the excitement, like, ooh, what's behind this wall, who knows what I'm gonna encounter there, if it's main story, side quest. For me, it's an annoyance, but I guess if the game is as popular as it is, then I guess it's forgivable.
Yeah, about what you said, backtracking, I also don't like it. I don't think it's fun because in most of these games, the maps are pretty big. I'm gonna guess Dark Souls has a lot of backtracking, right? Like a ton.
Well, initially, if we're talking about Dark Souls, there's not really, I don't want to say backtracking. There's the developer for Dark Souls learned from their mistakes from their first game. So what they did in Dark Souls is that they would not necessarily make you backtrack, but unlock shortcuts. So instead of having to sit down at a bonfire and unlock a checkpoint, you could just go back to the same bonfire and just use that new avenue to continue where you left off.
Oh, okay. So yeah, it makes it a little bit easier, and I think that's good. Like there should be ways to warp back to different areas that you've been to. Games like Metroid, Castlevania as well. They actually do a fairly decent job at some, not all the games, but because there are some particular ones that you do have to backtrack. There's no portals to go back. There's no way to like go back to an old checkpoint.
Trekking.
Yeah, it's really bad. Now I am that sort of person that I'm really good at where things are, and if there was something that I left behind, like if there was a door that I knew I couldn't go into, I kind of like that. But I know a lot of people don't. So that's kind of what pushes a lot of people from playing Metrovanias, but that's why the people who do like it have like such a cult following for these kinds of games. But yeah, I don't know. I'm hoping to see something amazing in this game, like good enough gameplay until like I'm running through it until it's 26 and a half hours from what I'm seeing here. So yeah, and 60 hours if you want to complete it 100%. Oof. That's a lot of time, but hey, I don't mind. I don't mind putting in the work. It's actually fun. I mean, we're playing games, so you know, it should be fun. It should be fun.
Yeah, it should. Games, believe it or not, should be fun. I like that a lot of titles try to phase out checkpoints and rather do like the shortcuts, or like having to warp, but absolutely having to backtrack is definitely an annoyance. It's, in my mind, it's not fun, and having to like keep track, like I guess maybe if you were able to put down like a map marker, or they allow you to warp to like precisely where that roadblock is, that's a different story. That's fine. That totally phases out the need to backtrack. It's like, okay, they left me a checkpoint here. I could just come here whenever I want. It's not that big of a deal. I just have to remember that I need this specific ability to go back.
Yeah, and there's actually a lot of ways that like they do this, where they encourage different powers. Like maybe a certain like power that you get unlocks a shortcut. I think I've seen this from Castlevania, where if you unlock a new power from, let's just say you did go to the correct area, you go there, you unlock this new power, and the only way to go back is by using it, and it actually is a shortcut back, and then it kind of already leads you to another area where
it's back around.
Yeah, I think that's a great way to kind of make you backtrack, but be like give you that feeling like you did it yourself. So yeah, there are plenty of ways to do it, and but yeah, as for Hollow Knight, since I don't know too much about it, I think for me, in terms of knowledge-wise, I don't know too much, so I'm kind of at a standstill here. What about you? Is there anything else that you would like to mention before we finish off?
I'm honestly excited to play the game. I'm not like crazy like hyped up the walls, because like I've said, I'm not too keen on playing Metrovanias. I very much like on rails kind of gameplay. That's just, I'm like more story driven action games. So in that respect,
True.
I'm excited to play the game, because I do like high mechanical, high skill ceiling games. But other than that, yeah.
I kind of wanted to play Uncharted. I was gonna ask you to play Uncharted, but I don't know if you played that.
No, I've never played the Uncharted series. And I've never played Witcher either. People telling me like you need to play Witcher 3, and I'm like, yeah, but I've done some research into the storyline for Witcher, and everything is kind of connected. Honestly, it's very a vague memory in my head, but other than that, no, I haven't played the Uncharted series. I know they're making a movie. The games are hailed as masterpieces. Like I definitely should try them, but I don't know. They're very reminiscent of like Lara Croft games, like a treasure, like a crew of treasure hunters. Whereas it's instead of just one person, it's a few people. But I guess the storyline and the voice acting and the dialogue and the music and the gameplay is all very good. So I guess it's worth looking into. Like I said, I'm a picky gamer. Sue me.
Yeah, There's a lot of people that, including myself, I don't just play like.
Too many random games. Occasionally, I try to jump into something different because I know if I don't, I'm not gonna really explore new games. Like I remember trying out SteamWorld Dig, just randomly, and it's actually a pretty good game. It's very simple, but it's a pretty nice game.
Not gonna
So
lie,
yeah.
I have no idea what that game is.
It's so popular though. It's so popular.
Steam Dig?
SteamWorld Dig.
Steam World Dig. I've literally never heard of this game. Oh, it's a spelunking game? What is this?
Yes, and it's actually really
Platform
good.
Miner. Okay. Oh, Metroidvania. Okay.
I guess it's a Metrovania. I didn't even know, but it's actually really fun to play, and you have to give it a try. Like this is a kind of game that I would not give a second to, but I tried it and it's a magnificent game. Haven't beat it, but it's a pretty good game from what I've played.
Okay. I'll add it
But,
to my list of games that I'll never play.
Heck yeah, there you go. Well, that's what this podcast is for. Like it forces me to play games, which I like because I'm like, oh, now I have a good reason to actually like play these games and I could at least talk about it and just go off and either if I like it, then I can say why I like it and talk about all the good things or just shit on it. That's what the podcast is for, man. I promise. But we're gonna go ahead and finish off here, guys. I just want to say this is a lot more fun to do when you're doing it with another person. So if you're ever going to do any activities online, make sure to bring a friend with you. But yeah. Thank you so much for coming on here, Sakeen, and I
Happy to
look
be
forward. Yeah, and I look forward, to seeing you happy with this game because I really hope that it's good.
Yeah, I'm sure it is. If there's a lot of good things that people are talking about it's definitely a good game. It's just a matter of critique and opinion and taste. So yeah, we'll see you guys in 2 weeks with our thoughts.
All right, then we will be seeing you guys in the afterthoughts.